Okay, WWE Clash at the Castle 2024, or Clash at the Castle Scotland, whatever they're calling it, just concluded. So we're probably just going to get right to that here. We'll get into the more personal stuff afterwards, okay? Okay, anyway, our first match, we started off with the I Quit match for the Undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. Styles, of course, having pulled the Mark Henry retirement angle on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. Right off the bat, Cody came out with a House of Fire, probably because they goofed up his entrance chyron. They not only proclaimed that Cody was part of the Women's Tag Team Championships, but also they just left the generic talent placeholder for his name. Oh no. Anyway, like I said, he kind of came out of the House of Fire. He dropkicked Styles, threw the ropes off the apron. He set up a table. They fought into the crowd. Cody threw a drink into AJ's face. AJ came back, choked Styles with a camera cable. They got back into the ring. Cody locked on the figure four. Styles came back, hit a brain buster off the announce table. Eventually, Styles began to argue with Cody's mother, who was in the crowd, so Cody could have enough time to properly blade. And AJ started whipping Cody with his belt, not the championship belt, the belt of his ring tights. Again, Styles pulled out a pair of handcuffs and ran into the ring. It looked like he was pulling out thumbtacks, and he even looked at the crowd and said, "I know what y'all think this is, but it ain't." Styles cuffed Cody, started attacking him with a Singapore cane. Cody refused to give up constantly. Eventually, Styles pulled out another chain, began wrapping it around his arm for a forearm. He again argued with Mama Rose before he tried to attempt the forearm, but Cody managed to get up and throw a chair into Styles' face. Styles fell off the ring through the table. In the process, he dropped the key to the handcuffs so Cody could get them, uncuff himself. He then cuffed AJ to the ropes, attacked him with a chair. Styles again refused to quit, and immediately Cody snapped. He picked up the ring steps. He tried to attack Cody. He finally started charging at AJ, and that was enough for AJ to give up and say, "I quit." After the match, Cody teased attacking AJ. He looked to his mother for approval. She said yes. So he attacked AJ with the ring steps to send the message that no, he was not going to be a pushover as champion. Overall, very entertaining start to the show. I would say I personally thought it was a better match. I think it had it had better pacing. It didn't quite have the laggy moments that the match last month had. I think it had a better build with this. I like the idea of Styles feeling that's the end of his career. I do have to wonder what the next plan is. After the match, as Cody was going up the entranceway, Solo Sikoa came out right next to him, and then he got jumped by the Tongas, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. And then after that, they were fought off by Orton and Owens. So, again, depending on how SummerSlam is going to play out, I could see maybe we can build to Orton and Rhodes at SummerSlam. That is, if Walter decides to go after the other championship or not. Kind of interesting there as to where that's going. But yeah, definitely a good closure spot for this angle and a good way to start the show off. Okay, after that, we had the triple threat match for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, Alba Fire versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Of course, I don't know any of these people could be Women's Tag Team Champions when none of them pinned talent name. Anyway, they tried to already. I was sensing that something was probably going to happen because the kickoff show they were talking about it like we're going to interview the Tag Team Champions, but apparently tensions are a little high right now. Apparently, Jade Cargill's luggage got lost at the airport. They got delayed, so they're a little frazzled. This was, at least with this matchup, they did the right thing with these tag team triple threats and had 3 people in the ring from each team. Basically, 1 person from each team in the ring at the same time. You can only take in your teammate. I like that. The matches flow a lot better that way than when you have a team just standing around doing nothing most of the time. Right off the bat, Stark and Fire attacked Cargill. They tried to team up a little bit. Belair clubbed Baszler in the corner. Cargill hit a couple of quick maneuvers though to fight them back. The champs hit Stark and Baszler with a couple of stereo suplexes. The opponents then ganged up. They finally realized, like, yeah, we got to work together to at least eliminate the champs, and then we can work on each other. They did it just enough, began fighting back. Alba Fire hit a senton to the outside onto Baszler and Stark. Belair came back into the ring and hit Stark with a superplex. Cargill got the hot tag and then tripped on the ropes. She did manage to come back and hit, I believe it was Isla-Dawn with a spirit bomb, but Baszler locked on the Kirifuna clutch right after that. They fought in the ring. The Cargill got another tag in. She and Belair, hit Baszler with a kind of an electric chair DDT type maneuver. They were covering that in, however, Isla-Dawn threw Cargill out of the ring and covered Baszler instead for the 3 count of the victory. So Isla-Dawn and Alba Fire are your new women's tag team champions. Overall, entertaining match. I think very well balanced. Like I said, better flow throughout the match when they do the 3 women in the ring at the same time, or 3 men in the ring, whatever you want to say. Like I said, I think that works a lot better than having a tag team just stand there and doing nothing. Yeah, but then again, the only problem I have with this is now, again, we're pogoing the women's tag team championships around. Like, whoever needs to be champion, whoever gets to be champion needs to be champion for a while. They need that lengthy title reign that so many of the other champions have gotten. And I think that's going to help establish those belts just a little bit better. And again, like Belair and Cargill, I know they want to get Belair and Cargill in a feud pretty soon, but, like I said, Belair and Cargill, I think, needed to have them a little bit longer. They just won them, last month at Backlash, and now they just lost them at the next big show. So, yeah, it does kind of neuter the experience a little bit. Okay, the next match was the Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. So, going into this, Gable was looking like he might be a free agent soon. However, they revealed today that he signed a contract extension or a new contract. So, those rumors have been put to rest. And then during Sami's entrance, we had the Uncle Howdy hacking again. It said, "You were warned. You were told to prepare. The massacre is coming. You will behold," or something to that effect. So yeah, I believe it's happening Monday. If it's not, then the next Monday. It's going to happen on Raw. Right off the bat, Gable was throughout the match going to Maxine and Otis, who were on the outside of the ring, telling them, like, hey, when I call you to do this, you need to do this. Whatever it was, they don't know, but Zayn confronted Gable. Gable put Zayn in an armbar over the top rope. Zayn tweaked his shoulder doing that. Zayn did come back in an Asai moonsault on Gable. However, Gable countered the next move with a drop kick. He hit his diving headbutt. Zayn came back, hit a dragon suplex. Both men tried to lock on cross faces. Gable tried to put on an ankle lock a couple of times. At one point, Gable got a maneuver where he disabled Zayn just enough that he rolled out of the ring, grabbed the championship belt, and handed it to Maxine, telling her to hit it when the time Zayn when the time is right. However, she refused to do it. Gable began arguing with Maxine. Zayn went for an Aluva kick. Gable dodged, but Zayn managed to stop just in time to avoid hitting Maxine. As this happens, Otis is on the outside. Gable hit another maneuver. They got to the outside of the ring. Gable did an ankle lock over the ring barricade. Otis interfered while Gable was yelling at Maxine at one point. He wound up taking the bullet. That's what led to the ankle lock over the barricade. However, as Zayn was fighting free of the ankle lock, he flipped Gable into Maxine, who re-injured her ankle. This upset Otis, who got in the way of Gable from... it looked like he might attack Gable, but instead he opted to just carry Maxine to the back. That enabled Zayn to get a quick Haluva kick for the 3 count of the victory. Overall, fun match. It definitely it had some slow moments early on, but it definitely picked up just enough. Afterwards, Zayn seemed to indicate to Gable that this was his last chance. So, again, if we're going to find a new opponent for Sammy, that's fine. I'm not opposed to it. I do have to wonder when the Creed brothers are going to get involved, since it looks like Gable's been trying to recruit them. Again, we're not getting Otis attacking Gable just yet. I cannot remember what happened to Akira Tozawa. He's missing, so hopefully things will start to take a different direction when they need to there. And hopefully things can pick up. And again, and we can find something maybe new for Chad Gable to do. I mean, at least SummerSlam, maybe he can get one final shot at Zayn with his new faction or not. Anyway, the next match is the Women's Championship match, Bayley versus Piper Niven. Right off the bat, both women are throwing hands at each other. Niven sent Bayley out of the ring. Chelsea Green slapped her. Chelsea tried to interfere one more time. Bayley stomped on her fingers on the ring apron. Green got up and argued with the ref, which just got her ejected. But Niven came back, sent Bayley out of the ring again with a shoulder breaker off the ropes. Niven came back and had a big headbutt. Bayley countered a suplex into a DDT. She then hit a cutter through the ropes, followed by an elbow drop through the ropes. Niven came back with a Uranagi and a running senton. Niven tried to go up to the top rope, but Bayley ran up, and snookered her into a Bayley to belly off the ropes, but only got a 2 count. This is when Chelsea Green returned, dressed in a Rey Mysterio mask. Only Wade Barrett tried to play off the idea that this was supposed to be anyone other than Chelsea Green. I believe he tried to call her Chelsea Mysterio, or Chelsea Nacho or something like that. Or El Grande Luchadora, I think was another one. Anyway, Chelsea attacked again. Bayley went after Green. Niven came back, hit the Piper driver for the 2 count. She went for the Vader bomb after that, but Bayley rolled out of the way to avoid it. But Niven came back at a boss man slam on the outside of the ring. Niven tried to go for an air raid crash, but Bayley countered that into a crucifix pin for the 3 count of the victory. Overall, I'd say this was probably the worst match of the night, unfortunately. This had a very bland finish. I don't think this was given proper time to breathe. It just, it seemed to set everything up for maybe something special to happen, and it didn't. It just looked more like a fluke victory than anything else. So it did not quite work out as well as it should have, in my opinion there. So unfortunately, I know these two are capable of better, but yeah, this was definitely the weakest match of the show. Okay, so that leads us to our main event, the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Judgment Day are barred from ringside, but that do think means that maybe Liv Morgan could pop up. I don't know, but the crowd was definitely behind McIntyre. I mean, right off the bat, he was playing to them. He hit a little maneuver and began flexing to Priest. Priest came back, hit a jumping forearm. McIntyre hit a Michinoku driver. And McIntyre is plunged to the outside of the ring. Priest came back with a plancha of his own, and this was obviously meant to be part of the show, but he got his ankle caught in the ropes. He basically tripped over the rope, and it got caught up into a hangman type position, and a little triggering for me, unfortunately, so that was not a great point. But eventually Drew McIntyre realized that he could not pin Priest with him stuck in the ropes, so he had to work to untangle him. Priest did come back with a couple jumping kicks. McIntyre hit a brain buster. They fought onto the announce table. Priest hit a big lariat, so he had enough strength to do that. McIntyre hit a future shock DDT. Priest countered a top rope or an air raid crash into a razor's edge off the ropes. Priest shrugged off a Glasgow kiss and a couple spin kicks. He rolled out of the ring to avoid a Claymore from McIntyre. McIntyre did eventually hit the Claymore into the Timekeeper's area. Priest then countered a Claymore into the South of Heaven choke slam, but his leg kind of gave way. McIntyre got up, got just enough to drive Priest into the corner, knocked the ref out of the ring. The ref tried to get back in another time. McIntyre inadvertently struck him again, knocking him off the ring apron and incapacitating him. McIntyre hits the Claymore, covers. We then get a long shot of another ref running into the ring. We see the ref slide him, and we don't see his face. He counts 1, 2, and then stops. McIntyre looks up, and I thought initially it was going to be Finn Balor. I thought it was either Balor or McDonough, but no, it was CM Punk. And I don't know how I could have missed it, but yeah, it was CM Punk who screws McIntyre to the raucous boos of the crowd. McIntyre goes after Punk. Punk low blows McIntyre, and that enables Priest to hit the South Heaven chokeslam, the original ref to get back in the ring and count the 3 count for the victory. Overall, very fun match. Like I said, my own personal trauma aside, I remind you, I still have the hole right here for where the bone broke through. So, again, anything involving a leg getting twisted is, to me, sorry. But overall, though, it's still very fun. I had a lot of fun with this match. I do like the way they utilized CM Punk in this, I have to admit. I thought the way he slid into the ring, you didn't see his face, was really well shot. Made up for some of the other technical errors that happened in this. But yeah, overall, very fun, very enjoyable match. And so, yeah. Anyway, the show overall, like I said, very enjoyable. The only match I think I really didn't feel anything worked up about was that Bayley Piper Niven match. Like I said, it was a little too weak sauce for me. I thought it maybe needed a little more high impact maneuvers. Like maybe Niven should have gotten a couple more power maneuvers in to hammer home a bit of helplessness on Bayley. But it just, yeah, it didn't quite work well enough. The crowd was actually pretty split in that match because even though Niven's from Scotland, you know, there was still a lot of Bayley signs in the crowd and everything. So yeah, there was some, like I said, that was the one real drawback match, I think. Overall, though, again, very tight show, very well done. A lot of the matches really didn't drag too much. You know, the IC title match did start a little slow, but like I said, it picked up with time. So yeah, overall, a fun show. I liked it a lot better than I liked Backlash. So it's not like I'm anti the European shows or the Saturday afternoon shows because they're in Europe. So that was fine. Everything was good. I think overall I am going to give this a B. Like, I can't quite put it up into the great territory, but a B, a good solid B, I think is fine. I mean, they only got, you know, one real match wrong. And like I said, the weird technical glitches that happened, like, again, the placeholder bit. Another point, I don't know if they intentionally pranked Cody Rhodes on this, but, or not Cody Rhodes, Corey Graves on this, and didn't tell him that he was going to be part of the post-game show, which seemed to come as a bit of a surprise to him. And his flip-out made Cole and Barrett break character. So again, I don't know if that, like I said, don't know if that was meant to be intentional or not. But yeah. It did come across as a little weird, and started laughing as they were trying to talk about the, I believe, Bayley and Piper Niven match on that. But still, overall, like I said, a B is good. It was a good, solid, fun show. Alright, so we're going to take a minor break here, and we'll come back and wrap things up a bit.
Okay, so first things first right here. As you can see, I did get a new computer. If you remember my last video, I kind of talked about how my previous computer was nearing the end of its life. And yeah, as you can see, it's a Lenovo IdeaPad here. Got it at Costco. It's technically the second computer we got. The first one had a non-existent battery that was malfunctioning battery that wouldn't allow it to start, so we got to exchange it. So yeah, overall this is the new setup. Well, not quite new. I mean, most of the rest of the stuff outside of that USB hub right there, and an SD card reader, and I think that's it. But yeah, everything else is old. Anyway, back to the chair, and we'll talk about what's coming up in the next videos.
I should also point out that I have like everything transferred over and everything, so it shouldn't mean too much in the way of delays. I figured out how to use the new MS Paint app, so I think I'll still be able to create the thumbnails I usually make in the style I've made them. That being said, there might be a few that look a little different. I do have on my other channels some wrestling footage with a different thumbnail card. I'll put the link in the description. Anyway, the next video is going to be recapping the last 3 episodes of Doctor Who. They have a holiday special, but that's not obviously until December. Then after that, it's probably going to be the random trade review on Hellboy Volume 1 Seed of Destruction. Wrestling-wise, we have Money in the Bank on July 6th. We have NXT Heatwave on July 7th. After that, it's SummerSlam on August 3rd. And then Bash in Berlin on August 31st, WWE-wise. There might be some TNA in there. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be any AEW for a long time. Like I said, AEW shows are expensive, and I am still trying to stabilize everything financially and hopefully get one other thing done so I can expand my football coverage. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember you can help me maintain and possibly even expand my professional wrestling coverage by supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/sleepytimeforcat productions. Also, remember to like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.